Personal reflections. Keep your word, put other people first. How do you express positive feelings? Love yourself as a unique person. Be at peace with all things. Give emotional support and you will receive. Sincerely care and respond to others' needs. To what degree I accept others? What is the quality of my relationship? The dangers of being attached to one's own ideas, but rather be attached to a wise and a virtuous life. When there is sin, there is brokenness of the sinner. When there is virtue, opposite is vice. Compassion, opposite is sentiment. Courage and brassness. Discernment and fault finding. There is knowledge and simplifying of doctrines. Where there is wisdom, there is no naive statements. Where there is patience, there is no indifference. Personal examine in prayer. There is no self protection mechanism. You face your thoughts and feelings. You listen more. You extend wishes. You restate, confirm. Past solutions will not work because everything is unique. But how are you saying? Non-verbal communication is very important. Advise only when needed. Love and accept without any judgment, not a copy of my feeling. You have pain to share with others and to express vulnerability. Face the other person and you face yourself. If you have internal immobility, you are obsessed, you generalize, you have stereotypes, narrow mindedness, prejudices, laziness, and no growth. Rather, we should have simplicity. Useless cares, family matters, preoccupations, lack of service, and infidelity, irreverence, compromises are very common in everyday life. But have a very clear mind without any fault finding. Relax offer. Do not clutter your environment, but prepare yourself with positive thoughts and action. Have a good recreation time. Play often and have ease in life. Amuse yourself. Have a joyful day and friends and neighbors to help you with your life matters. Always remember that we are in danger of being bitter, outrage, criticism, rebellion, haughty convictions, burning our idols, melancholy, and other affections which we could have, which can be a hindrance to our journey towards God. Human attachment can devastate a sensitive, unsatisfied heart. Jealousy can rend it to pieces. Unbridled passions can make it fall apart. There is defeat, solitude, distrust of self and others. Through charity, through penance, sympathy for the faults of others, being lenient in your judgments, have patience and kindness and self control. This is the art of guiding souls. Only a reverent, inward, free, and humble person can guide souls. If you grumble against others, God gets offended. Inward grumble is offending God more. They never discuss the defects of the sermons or spiritual instructions for entertainment purpose. The spirit of irreverence should not be shown to those in authority and to the sermons because they are prominent people and maintain their originality, freshness, and holiness. Authority figure is actually the figure of God Himself. Silence and lowered eyes, no frowning, no curiosity. Wear a gracious smile on your face. Do not participate in irregular conversation. Ask nothing that is not of your concern. Have no regards for others did wrong. Be punctual in your activities, prayers, meals, etc. Break off in the middle of your sentences and observe all the instructions well. Never criticize, never join the zealous people who deceive others and think there is a lot of decadence and faults in every way in the life. But you live alone and also as a group. Have perfect obedience to God. Do nothing carelessly. Do not say anything carelessly. Do everything well. The order may be foolish. You need joyful, purity, simplicity, acceptance, and inner submission. It's not just to adjust the spiritual life to others' views or opinions, but have spiritual goods. Do you hold on to your thoughts when others, because thoughts are the children of the mind. You give free time promptly. Do you give your things out easily? When asked for help, do you give it easily? Do you write about holy lives of the saints? Do you love others who trouble you with a smile and you change the topic, pray for them? Do you promptly go and help the sick people? Do you have human weakness and defects which cause you to suffer but drive you to love others and also sympathize with them? Are you lonely, out of the order, and hurt always? Do you have no sense of self and delicacy? Human traits are always unaltered and we are ill disposed most of the time. But the sick people accomplish more than those who have sound body. Life is a desert. It's not to be alone but to have personalization of a stony aridity. That is, it is easy to seek salvation of strangers, but concern as a person and not only endure but to love a person. Are human beings only shadows and there is no responsibility, no impact on me? Then I am under disobedience. There is unclear mirror, image of God. We cannot say we are infallible human beings because we are a mystery. Love others, serve them, and console them. When there are mentally ill people, we must forgive them. We need to pity their faults because they are natural. Like a poor person, it needs to be given more attention. A neurotic person needs to be given better advice out of love. You must keep ideas with them, and it's not an opportunity to show your ideas but to be patient with the person. The lowest level of charity is justice. Do not judge when you see the faults of others. Be calm and fill your mind with charitable thought, because the devil will show the faults. He will call to mind the virtues and the intention. There is a difference between the salvation and the charity of the person. Be lenient in your judgment, excuse others. What I value, what are my goals, short term, long term, what are realistic to me? Do my decisions express values or do I postpone, have immediate gratification? What are my personal priorities? My daily activities show my priorities. How do I use my energy and time for my priorities? Do I make decisions and bear the outcomes? Do I work in spite of opposition, setbacks? Am I responsible for my attitudes and feelings, failures and prejudices? Do I project onto other people and things? How I express my anger with God? How I handle frustration? How I settle differences? Do I recognize, accept and state the disappointments and losses and feel the pain and anguish they cause? Can I disagree without being disagreeable? Am I able to say that I am sorry? Am I in the wrong, or I have to be told that I have done a wrong thing? Do I admit that I do not know all the answers? Is my last word the final word? When I am given negative responses, can I control myself? Do I accept criticism positively? Do I refrain from self-defeating statements? Do I keep my word? Do I make my excuses? Am I chronically tardy? Do I think of the good action and neglect or refuse to do it? Do I put work before people? Do I love self as unique? Am I in touch with the feelings and express them? Am I open to God in daily events? What God wants for me? Am I able to live in peace with others? Do I give and receive things, emotional support, and find satisfaction in giving and receiving? Do I sincerely can respond to others' needs? Do I accept others as they are where they are? What is the quality of my human relationship? Do I smile genuinely? Do I have a purpose of life? Am I charitable? Do I approve myself, nurture myself? And what do I think of myself, my decisions, stress, exercises? Or do I have a lot of contradiction? Am I happy with my learnings and my hobbies? Am I happy with silence? Pen down everything and always state your intentions, and may the Lord bless us all. Only the good works are very important. There is a dependence on God. If there's too much interest, God does not understand our problems. Fear of allowing the Bible and rules to dominate us. Are we fearful of losing enjoyment? Getting into heaven with no effort? Do we sweat our work and for earthly things? Have we fear of hell and no love? Are we people who only worry and are not in rightful relationship with God? Are we constantly only looking after the outer looks? Am I important for God? Do I depend on God? He loves me dearly, and am I convinced of it? Am I interested in my problems or have no worries? Is God near me and His wisdom and power guiding me? Do I have partial loyalty? Am I confused, having doubts? Do I detach more in the measure of inner peace? Detachment. The more you detach, it shows inner peace. The more you trust, it shows the measure of God's action in your life. The freedom that you express is shown by how you release your ambition, things, and relationship. There is no discouragement and insecurity, for Jesus wants to give us more, much more, and so that we be fruitful in sacrificial love. Therefore, this life is a gift of grace. My body is for Christ alone, and He enters into this tomb. Run away from yourself and the world and the flesh, for these are idols. They are fears, anxiety, belief systems, illusions, poor self-image, moral rules, immorality, social conventions, intimacy, laws, obligations, composing only prayers and not doing good works, insecurities, ritualism, self-merits, and trying to buy God's love. The Eucharist is a core and the center of all, exclusive love for Christ alone. For Christ is the head of the body, the church. To smile is to mean the fulfillment of all the vocation. To accept the rule is to full freedom of the will. When in pain, you answer with a smile. Face the mirror of soul when you are alone. Often smile in the presence of the angel. Never approach God for discomfort. Find joy and sweetness in all bitterness. Have suffering Do not yield to it. But you do not share every feeling and experience for the religious sense of secrecy with God. Genuine love will wish to have the private area accessible to no one else. The veil of Therese was very simple and hidden, like others. She was average, no attractiveness, heroism, not unhappy, but no special thing about her. She was very common and only smiled. She made many penances, which were like scattering roses. She followed ordinary life, had fraternal charity, gratitude for all, for everyone, mortification of the food. Then she had spontaneous, intense focus, alertness. She did not take salt. Sometimes she gulped down, but did not gulp down, but swallowed the food slowly. She met the difficulties of daily life with a will and open arms.